Hello, hello. How's it going? I hope you are fine, like I am. Today, I'm gonna read a story about a character who are trying to learn Mandarin. So, this story is for beginners from A1 to B1 levels, and I'm gonna read, and you can active your subtitles, your automatic translation to follow this story in your language. Or if you want, you can only active the subtitles and read it at the same time I'm learning to practice your listening and your reading. So let's get started. The sound of a new language. Chapter 1. The first week at the World Fair. Anderson had just started a new job. He was hired, but he was hired by a large wholesale corporation in his city. The place was enormous, long corridors, high shelves, boxes everywhere, forklifts moving from one side to another, workers wearing uniforms and safety helmets. It was loud, busy, and fast. Anderson felt nervous on his first day. He was responsible for organizing products, checking barcodes, and helping clients who bought in large quantities. Supermarkets, small stores, restaurants, they all came to buy there. Everything needed to be organized. Everything needed attention. His supervisor told him, "Be careful, be attentive, and ask questions when you don't understand something." Anderson nodded. He liked learning new things. That was one reason he had accepted the job. But he did not know that this new job would also bring him a new language. Chapter 2. Unexpected Clients. One afternoon, during his first week, a new group of clients arrived. They were different. They spoke softly and quickly to each other in a language Anderson did not recognize. It sounded musical. The tones went up and down like a melody. He heard words like Ni hao, zegi, duashuao qian. Anderson felt curious. One of the managers whispered to him, "They are businesses, owners from China. They buy products here to sell in their stores." Anderson's eyes widened. "China?" he asked. "Yes, they speak Mandarin." Mandarin? He had heard that name before, but he never paid attention to it. Now, inside the busy wholesale market, between forklifts and large boxes, he was hearing it for the first time in real life. Chapter 3. A Simple Greeting. The next day, Anderson searched online. What is Mandarin? He discovered that Mandarin Chinese is the most spoken language in the world. More than 1 billion people. He was impressed. He learned that Mandarin uses characters instead of an alphabet like English. He saw Ni hao. It meant hello. He tried to pronounce it. Ni hao? He laughed. Then he tried again. Ni hao. Better. The following week, the Chinese clients returned to the wholesale market. Anderson felt nervous. His heart beat faster. When one of them approached his section, Anderson took a deep breath and said, Ni hao. The man looked surprised. Then he smiled. Ni hao, he answered warmly. That moment lasted only a few seconds, but for Anderson, it felt important. It was a bridge. Chapter 4. The Warehouse in the World. Working in the wholesale market taught Anderson something interesting. The warehouse was like a small world. Products came from different countries, rice from one place, electronics from another, spices species from far away. Now he understood that languages also travel, just like products. Mandarin was not only in China, it was inside his workplace, inside his city, inside his daily routine. One afternoon, while organizing boxes, he thought, English connects me to many countries. Mandarin connects me to another part of the world. He liked that idea. Learning language was like expanding the size of his warehouse, but inside his mind. Chapter 5. Tones and Discipline. Anderson started learning one Mandarin word per week. Not too much, just enough to stay consistent. He discovered that Mandarin has four main tones. The tone changes the meaning of a word. For example, ma can mean mother, horse, or question, depending on the tone. That was difficult, but Anderson was already learning English. He knew that pronunciation matters. Think and sink, sheep and sheep, beach and beach. Small sound change everything. Languages demand attention. Anderson practiced quietly during his lunch break. He repeated, xie xie, thank you. Zaijian, goodbye. Some co-workers looked at him and laughed. Are you going to China now? One of them joked. Anderson smiled calmly. No, I'm going to grow. Chapter 6. A Small Conversation. Months passed. Anderson was no longer the nervous new employee. He understood the system. He moved confidently between shelves. He helped clients find products quickly. One afternoon, the Chinese client who had smiled at him before came again. This time, Anderson tried more than just hello. He said, Ni hao, xie xie. The client nodded. Then he said something longer in Mandarin. Anderson did not understand. He felt embarrassed for a second. But then he remembered something important. It is normal not to understand everything. Learning, learning takes time. He answered in English. I am still learning Mandarin. The client smiled and replied in simple English. Very good, learning is always good. That sentence stayed in Anderson's mind the entire day. Learning is always good. Chapter 7. Why it matters. Why it matters. One evening, after work, Anderson sat outside the wholesale building. The sun was going down. The parking lot was almost empty. He thought about his journey. He was learning English seriously. He had just started Mandarin as a curiosity. He was working in a wholesale corporation. He was growing. He realized something powerful. The job was not only about products, it was about people, different cultures, different languages, different stories. Mandarin was not just a language, it was a reminder that the world is bigger than his city. And at the same time, the world can arrive inside one warehouse. Chapter 8, The Real Lesson. Anderson did not become fluent in Mandarin. He still forgot tones. He still needed subtitles. He still made pronunciation mistakes. But sometime something inside him changed. He became more confident speaking English. He became less afraid of mistakes because he understood a deep truth. Every expert was once a beginner. Every fluent speaker once said their first word. And every big journey starts with a small greeting. One evening, while closing his shift, he whispered, "Man, man, lie." He had learned that expression. It means, take it slowly. He smiled. That was the real lesson. Take it slowly. Grow step by step. Inside the warehouse, inside the workplace, inside the mind. Final reflection. Anderson understood something important. You do not learn a language only to travel. You learn it to expand your perspective. Inside a wholesale market, between boxes and forklifts, he discovered something unexpected. The world is connected through business, through people, through language. Mandarin was not his main goal. English was still his focus. But Mandarin became a symbol of curiosity, of courage, of growth. And sometimes growth begins with just two simple words. Ni hao. Thank you for watching this story and see you in the next chapter. Stay here and let's go and let's grow. Bye bye. 谢谢。